Well, we have said it before, but in our orientation, we talk about what the mission and vision and values mean, because those are just words. But just real quick, if you don't remember, the vision is so it's in an analogy of a train. The vision is the destination that the train is headed to. The whole reason the train is in motion is to get to the destination. That's the vision. The values are the train tracks that keep the train headed towards the vision. And the mission is the fuel that the train is using to get to the vision and to stay on the train tracks. And I think that's just a really practical and useful definition of those words, to where it kind of applies it to your daily. And just back to the whole thing I said about there needs to be a reason your company is in motion, and the reason should be to get to your vision. And our vision is to match the top 1% of coffees in the world with the top 1% of service in the world. And whenever we started this company, we went to kind of two different types of establishments. One type was a really friendly place that was maybe a bit more second wave or not specialty coffee. And, they've got 4 different size cappuccinos and a whole wall full of syrups. And they've got French roast and dark roast and all this stuff.
Italian roast,
French roast, dark roast. And, the lady behind the counter's super sweet. She feels like your long lost grandma, and you leave feeling loved and cared for, but the coffee's not that good, or it's bad. And that's one kind of place we went to. And then another kind of place we went to is we would go to these really cool coffee shops that look awesome, and they know how to pour latte art, and they know what single origin means, and they put a highlight on the farmers, and it's specialty coffee, but the service is not good.
It's lacking.
It's lacking, or literally just non-existent. No personality. And so our question when we started Valor is, what if we just had the best of both worlds? Why can't we have the best of both of those things, where you have a very genuine, caring staff that is very interested in people's lives and leaves people feeling cared for, but you also have an incredibly excellent product. And I think that, so I know that's always been our vision, but I think we just have focused on the service and hospitality side of it more than the coffee side of it, specifically in our cafes. I think our roasting, because it's harder to focus on hospitality in our roasting side, like we've focused on the coffee side in our roasting because it's just coffee. But in our cafes, we're known for our hospitality. We're known for our employee culture and the amazing people we have. So it's easier to play to your strength in that way. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, our coffees taste great in our cafes, like they always have. But if we're actually talking about the top 1% of coffee in the world and the top 1% of service, that's incredibly rare and excellent and high end. And I fully believe that we can do that, and we're not there. Like, that's the thing about a vision too, is that it's a destination. So we're headed towards that, and there will be no way to quantify if we're actually the top 1% of coffee or service, when we arrive there. But I think it's really just about like being the best you can be. And I don't think we're the best we can be right now. And I think we're pretty darn good.
Right.
But there's just so much more. And we always need to believe in keeping the front of our brains that there is so much more. There's so much left on the table. And a lot of that is going to be accessed by activating and empowering our team. And we've always thought that, but we haven't always had the systems and the execution to do that and sustain that. So I'm excited for that. We've always cared about coffee training and coffee excellence, but we haven't always had the systems and sustainability in coffee training and further education to sustain that either. Mm-hmm. So we've always done the best we could, but I think it's just like putting more program and system around it.